up, everyone? Let me give you guys a quick update on the Model A. So since the last time, I split the wishbones. I welded on the bungs on it. As you can see there, I still have to pie cut the wishbones here to get my 7-degree angle that I need. But just kind of giving you guys a quick update as to what's been going on. I've been working on the transmission cross member, right? So I cut a little piece there, which I gotta fill in. That way I can be able to mount the cross member, move it up a little bit. Let me show you guys what I've done. I actually got a template. I made a template out of cardboard here. So this is my my template for the F1 pedal assembly. So once I did that, I transferred it over onto some 3/16 that I've talked about, and I'll give you guys a quick I'll show you guys my cutout. Sorry, I got a mess over here, but anyways, check it out. So this is my cutout for it, right? So I put the template over 3/16, cut it out, made that template. So my next thing was to put a border around it. That way it stiffens it up. Well, I made 2 templates, right? One for later on down the line. I can always trace this one and make me another one. So let me show you guys the complete product. Here it is right here. So I mounted the mount on it. I drilled the holes for it so it can fit inside. Fits in there perfect. Goes in there. Then I mount it up in there. But you can see I boxed it. Let me just lay this down right here. See how I boxed it in. Now my next step is to drill some holes on the side here. That way it just goes bolt on. Excuse me. It goes bolted on. Don't have to worry about welding anything up. I'll just bolt it on to the side of the frame. This way, you know, whoever ends up buying the car, they can always change it up if they like to. But since I'm going with the F1 pedals, that's where this bigger side goes. I did find an F1 cross member just similar to this, as a matter of fact, that was for sale from a different company. I can't afford it. It's too much. It's a good like $800-900 just for this piece. So decided to make my own. It's not that hard, actually. You guys can definitely do this yourselves. I'll show you guys with this mount on the car and how it looks. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is just kind of mock it up, leave it mocked up, and I'll move on to the next thing. Eventually, what I'm going to do is take everything off. You know, I'll throw a fresh coat of paint on the frame. Unless, like I said, someone buys it from me on the process of it. But definitely gonna continue working on it. Trying to put some time in, as much time as I can into it just to get it built. The other thing I was gonna do is actually I got some different spindles for it. I got the 2 spindles there. I'm gonna put those spindles on instead for the car. Because these were actually these 37 spindles that I have here. I think they're 37 spindles, or 42, 48. I can't remember. These are the round spindles. The other ones are the square spindles. I think the square spindles go up to 48. But either way, these will actually fit my backing plates perfect. I don't have to modify them. So I'm gonna throw those spindles on instead. You can see here I have my backing plates in here. You would have to modify the little holes on them just to make them fit. So I want to avoid doing that if that's the case. With the spindles, I'll throw those on. I already put the bushings on it, reamed the bushings. That way I can go ahead and put my kingpins in and so forth. And I'll be done with that. I'll put my tie rod ends on it as well. But just want to kind of give you guys a quick heads up. And let me go ahead and mock this up and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay. All right, here you go. So I mounted the cross member for the transmission. If you look here at my level, it's at 0 degrees. So that carburetor is, that motor is level. come back down here, show you guys how I bolted it down. It's bolted down nice and snug. Now all I got to do is drill out the holes. Let me show you guys the bottom side of it. As you can see, it's bolted down. Now what I got to do is on the opposite side. I'll show you guys real fast. On this opposite side here, I still got to drill out my holes for the brake pedal assembly, but I'll do that once I put the body on, I mock it up. I'll definitely you know, scribe where I have to drill, line up my clutch, all this. I have to actually get a longer rod from the transmission, so I got to take this out, get the longer rod so I can be able to reach with the F1 pedals. So I'll give you guys a quick look at what it's gonna look like. This is gonna go bolted on right here, if so. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but anyways, that's what that's there for. So the progress is still going. You know, I have the gearbox drilled out. Once again, I got to put the body in so I can see where it's going to place. If for whatever reason it doesn't line up too well here, because it seems like it's kind of hitting a little bit on the motor here, I'll see how it looks, see how it is. Worst case, I'll move this back. I'll probably move it right about this area here. I'll just drill out the hole again, and I'll place my gearbox there. But this is once again the progress on the car. Go ahead and leave any comments if you guys think I should do something else, or maybe you see something I didn't do right. You know, I'll take all the criticism as I can, just to get it built right, if so. But besides that, you know, the body, you know, still sitting there. Definitely going to do a 6-inch chop on it. That's not going to come until I get the whole suspension, the motor, everything, pedal assembly, everything mocked up here. That'll probably be my last thing to do there. I want to focus on the body. I mean, I'm sorry, on the frame, the suspension, getting my pedal assembly corrected, you know, putting it in properly, pie cutting the wishbones. On the wishbones, I'm definitely gonna pie cut. I'm not gonna have this big bracket on here. I just don't like the way it looks. So my goal is to cut it, put it underneath the frame, weld it underneath the frame, make it, give it a nicer, cleaner look to it. But you guys tell me. I'm thinking that's the way I'm gonna go as of now. But things may change, you know. Maybe someone will change my mind and say, hey, just leave the bracket on. And I'm not gonna weld the bracket. If I leave it on, it'd be more of a bolt on opposed to welding on. If I leave the whole big old bracket on the side, but once again, I don't really care for the way that looks. Definitely want to cut it down and just kind of clean it up, make it look a little bit nicer. I think at least. But yeah, this is the progress, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the F1 style cross member I made. It's I think it came out perfect, if anything. And once again, I do have my template just in case I ever want to do another one. I already have one. It's just a matter of, you know, boxing it throughout the whole sides, and then re-drilling the holes for that mount, the transmission mount. But it came out actually pretty good. Fits right on the money, what I'm looking for. So, you know, if anybody needs a blueprint of it, shoot, I'll definitely you know, put it on some cardboard for you guys and mail it out to you guys if you guys want it. Like I said, it works perfect. It's just a matter of you know, having the skills to weld and having the flat stock to put around it. And what I put around it is the 1/8 flat stock. It's very easy to bend, you know, weld it, tack weld it, bend a little hammer, hitting on it with a hammer definitely helped. But you know, it's not too difficult. Anybody could do it. Basic tools, and a welder, really. Welder and a grinder, you know, for wherever you mess up, you grind those welds down. But regardless of the fact, I think it's came out pretty good. But once again, guys, thank you for following and watching my videos. Trying to get as many people out there, especially a younger crowd, to get, you know, into building your own car. It definitely is it's tough to do. If it's your first time, you might be overwhelmed, but believe it or not, these cars are very easy to work on. Not too complicated. There's many people out there that will actually help you out and, you know, explain things and how to show you how to do certain things. It takes trial and error for sure. I definitely building my 29 Roadster I had took me a lot of trial and error for sure. But you know, that's how you learn things, going out there and actually doing it. So don't be afraid to tackle it. You know, the only way you're gonna learn is if you screw up, just try again, and you'll get it eventually. Once again, thank you guys. I will update as things progress, but this is just a quick video on that. Thanks.